Hi, everyone. It's Michael Dobbs here together with Paul Walsh, and we're here for, believe it or not, the 9th installment of Forecast FX. And in this installment, what we wanted to do is talk to you all about demand and demand forecasting and how we can use external data like weather and other things such as local events in order to understand what is actually being sold on a weekly basis or even a daily basis out of local retail stores. Now, why do we want to know that? First of all, you want to avoid out of stocks, right? So if we know better what's going to be selling through, we'll know how much to put on the shelf so that it doesn't go out of stock. But at the same time, if you're not sure how much is going to sell, you're going to need a higher safety stock in order to make sure that you don't go out of stock. So the more sureness we have in our demand forecasting model, the less safety stock we can put on the shelf, which means lower working capital and lower inventory, which is great for every retailer. So these are some of the things we're trying to do. We're trying to increase sales because we don't run out of stock, and we're trying to decrease safety stock and decrease your working capital. One example is, imagine if we understand the local events that are happening around a store. What if you've got 1 or 2 schools in the area that have a bake sale going on? Well, you're going to see that those stores are going to run out of flour. And this is actually a real example where we were working with a store. They were running out of flour a number of times a year, and they had no idea why, because it didn't fit any of the cycles that made sense to them. So we went in, we took a look, and sure enough, there were bake sales. Kid comes home, says, "Mom, we've got a bake sale." Mom, without even thinking about it, goes out, buys a pound of flour, and all of a sudden you see the shelves at home are all stocked up with flour, but in the store, the shelves are empty. Another great example of football tournament, right? Football tournaments going on, people going into the store and buying sports drinks. And as a result of that, if you're not aware of that, if you're not stocking up, you're going to be out of stock. So this is what we're doing. We're understanding based on what's happening in the neighborhood. We're understanding what's actually selling in the store. And as a result of that, doing a better job of stocking for it. So Paul, maybe you can give us some examples of where we've actually done this with clients.
Thanks, Michael. Well, the real secret to being able to leverage and get value from external data is doing analytics, of course, but really being able to integrate that analytics into your supply chain system or into your demand chain system. Quick example. I'm working with a pretty large grocer. They do about 40 billion in sales every year, over 2,000 stores. We've started working with them to help them measure the lift that they would get by integrating weather data into their replenishment forecast. We found together that by integrating weather into seasonal categories that they could see up to a 20% increase in demand forecast accuracy. That generates a lot of value based on what Michael just said. Based on that, they are now integrated. Basically, they're using that data to drive replenishment at all 2,000 stores every single day. And as a result, they're actualizing about 5% increase in sales across the chain. 5% increase in sales for a $40 billion retailer is a lot of money. So that really gives you a sense of the value that's available here. If you've got any more questions about how to get that value, call me or call Michael or drop us a note. We'd love to talk to you about it. Thanks.